Okay, so we're trying to see if we are working on the Facebook and the YouTube, and yes, we are. Okay, we're there. We're there. So now we gotta go. Okay, now that will get us that comments there. Thanks for your patience. And but I can't. I have to do this. I'm sorry. Okay, why don't you get off and then jump back in? Pretty soon, Lisa's gonna be joining us. Oh, okay, so now we can start. We're here, Lisa and John, and we're here to sing
along with you.
Woo! All right, this is Love Morning. This is our new camera. So hello! If you can see us, then the camera is working at least to a degree. Good morning, Nick. Good morning, Brent. Good morning, Scott. And yeah, I think we're just gonna work here. We don't know. And good morning, Gerbot, and Al, and Jazz, and Scary. Good morning. And Carla. Carla, congratulations on passing your test. Woo! This is Love Morning. This is a daily practice of gratitude and connection and reminding ourselves we want to be in the world. And occasionally, when I've been very good, Lisa will join me here this morning, and we'll share a little bit about our journey together. And yeah.
I'm so inspired that you do this every single day. I'm tired this morning. I'm off coffee right now, and my blinks are happening at longer and longer intervals. And I was just admiring that you do this every single day without fail. I feel like your consistency is admirable and inspiring.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was thinking this morning that what I admire about you is your forward moving in projects, and I think I'm really good at just show up, do the thing, show up, do the thing, show up, do the thing, and I think that you're good at going, okay, I need to get that to here and make that happen and coordinate that.
Together we're unstoppable.
Unstoppable. Oh, good morning, Lisa. And Mama and Mr. Rhythm's here. Good morning. And welcome, Razor Blade. Oh, are we doubling up on... Oh, I know why there's an echo. I know why there's an echo. And I'm gonna fix it. And that should have fixed it. Thank you. We're testing things.
Hello, 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 hello.
That was a fake echo. Speaking of big stadium gigs, did anybody see the footage from the Sphere, the U2 concert at Sphere?
Let's go, everybody. Let's all go.
Seriously, it was. I mean, I'm not even into concerts.
If you don't know what he's talking about, look up the Venetian Sphere in Las Vegas and let your mind be blown.
Like, although it's interesting. So it's like a IMAX times a million. And if you go and buy tickets right now, there's a show there that is it's like a nature show.
It's Postcard to the Earth,
which sounds pretty cool. But the part of the U2 show that was the most mind-blowing to me was like the computer animation stuff, of the stuff that wasn't like there's surround sound reality or surround video of like, you know, nature. That's really cool. But when it had like otherworldly animation things, so it looks like you're in the middle of a computer. It looked like Tron times a billion.
This is the future.
So if you have got something that you are grateful for, we would love to hear, so that we can share with one another and be reminded of all the good stuff and that other people are appreciating. I am grateful for another morning with you, which is my way of finding the cone, because I actually woke up this morning going, "Oh, Lisa's leaving today," and I had to be like, "Yeah, but she's in bed sleeping right now. Like, why are you getting bummed out? Like, why don't you crawl back in bed and enjoy her now?" So I'm gratitude practicing and saying I'm grateful that I got to wake up with you today.
Me too. I feel like I'm deep in a bottomless well of appreciation for the sky. Really feeling the ways that our complementary ways of being are helping us both grow. And I can just speak for myself, but I feel so many things in my life shifting and relaxing in good ways or activating in good ways because of your presence. And yeah, I thought it would be fun to talk about some of those today.
Yeah, we were talking about, what could we talk about? Well, how about we keep noticing how we're inspiring one another. So that's our general topic, as well as gratitude. And I guess that's a big gratitude, is how when we inspire each other.
Can I start?
Please. I can't think of anything.
I was sharing with John last night that the way he writes really invites something for me. For me, writing is like a wrangling. It's fraught with, it's super slow, and it's fraught with a lot of self-judgment. It takes kind of a toll, because I'm editing the whole time I'm writing. I can't just kind of get it out on the page. And the ease and kind of simplicity with which you just share what's deeply true for you, and then the impact that has in that clear simplicity is a little bit revelatory for me. I think I've gotten so complex in my own self that I've gotten too far from just the simple truth of revealing myself. And when I read your words, like what you wrote about the Hunter S. Thompson musical, and your love letter to me this week, I'm so moved and inspired to do the same.
Thank you. And it's so wonderful, this practice we have of sharing those appreciations and things, like hearing that, because I struggle sometimes with self-judgment about my creative way, which is good enough. You know, like I produce and move on, and there I have these nagging feelings of like, why don't you craft that more? Why don't you edit that more? Why don't you make it like truly a masterpiece? And so it's a nice reminder to hear that there is a gift to the less perfect, you know.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing a little shout out to the Artist's Way here in the comments, which I would like to do. I think I'd like a little more good enough. My perennial editor is just like this constipation, this like log jam that keeps me from sharing it all. And I notice I'm not writing it all. So
a little side note before I get to appreciate you. When we saw the Hunter S. Thompson musical, there's a part in the play when there is a very elaborate puppet, huge puppet that's in it, and it's like a highlight of the.
It's awesome, yeah.
And on the way home, my dad was like, "I can't believe they put so much effort and so much money into just something that was just barely in the play." And we were both thinking, well, but it was. I wouldn't have put that much energy into it. You know, I would have been like, what's the minimum viable product? You know, that's like how I write. Is this good enough to post? Okay, is this good enough? Is this good enough? And so it's interesting to hear my dad and my mom both are in a, is that good enough kind of mentality. And then get this, Ian, one of my friends and a local San Diegan, and his partner made that puppet. And so, did you know that Ian did that? I was like, oh, how cool.
Well, I brought it up in the car as like an appreciation of so much beautiful energy going into something that was only on stage for a short period of time. To me, that is like Burning Man. It's like the the magic is more potent, that you can feel how much love and energy went into something, and that when it's just there for a moment, it makes it all the more magic and precious.
Yes. That's like the kind of person that would make a piece of art and put it way out in the open playa.
Totally.
Where I'm like, if I'm not on an Esplanade, I don't want to do it.
His and hers.
Araceli says, I'm grateful I was floating on Paris Lake this weekend, looking at the clouds and feeling light and reborn. Wow, perfect is the enemy of the good, says Kirbot.
Totally.
I try to remind myself that. And which reminds me to one of my appreciations and inspirations of you is, when I hear you practicing guitar or singing, and as someone who has never had the discipline to do that at all, like I had no concept of what that means, So it's not like you just sit down and just play. I mean, you're sometimes working through something and working through something and working through something, and it doesn't sound awesome all the time, which I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. No. I just say that I it inspires me to like, I hear when you are performing with mastery, and it's like, wow. And so the inspiration is to witness that you are not just bestowed upon gifts and you just are perfect. You work, and so that's super inspiring.
Thank you.
Knowing that, I still don't practice anything.
That isn't true. You practice showing up every single day.
You'd think I'd be better. No. I'm not gonna beat myself up.
No self-judgment zone.
If you're here live, we are doing Love Morning, which is a daily practice of gratitude and checking in and sharing things that we are grateful for, as well as reminding each other that we are not alone in this crazy experience of life, and that as you go out into the world, it can be easy to get the sense that there's a lot of darkness and cold selfishness out there, and it's sometimes easier just to put your head down and not shine your light. But we're trying to encourage one another to be the ambassadors, saying hello and good morning. And I'll give an example of why I think this is important, at least for me, is so I am guilty this morning. I try not to look at social media before I do some writing and things, but I did this morning, and I got caught into just reels, like these little 10-second or 30-second videos, and I watched like 3 or 4 that involved like altercations. People like road rage stuff, and I'm going, oh my god, I can't believe it, oh my god, and then but I can't stop watching. It's like so compelling to see like this like rage in people, because there is something about the human in raw expression. I think that's one reason why we like sports. When you see someone just like or when you see someone, a rock star, just be like like you don't see like full human that often. And so when you see even full rage, it's like and so I got caught in, and I watched several of them just being like, oh my god. And then of course, what did I just watch? I just watched a world filled with violent, angry people. And so now of my morning, if I look at the math, okay, there's one Lisa and like 9 lunatics. Like I'm like, oh man, I don't want to leave the house. If I go out there, I don't want to like, don't look at the other drivers. And so it's important to remember, no, there's lots of people out there like Jim and like Carla and like Gerbot and Al and like you.
I will spin that into another appreciation of John, because he actually really walks the walk. When we walk, he is the first one to say hello to everybody that passes. and I watch how just the little interactions of day to day can become a moment of buoyancy and a moment of upliftment, and that those really are the moments that add up to a life. I really admire that about you. I have I think a bad habit and a long time, just kind of practice of putting up my shield for boundaries, but then becoming kind of unfriendly inside that shield and not really saying hello to the people I interact with that are strangers. And yesterday, the UPS guy or the Amazon guy came in and dropped in something. It was like, oh man, you're the one who left that voice message. You made my day. I heard it from the other room, and I was like, that's so classic of you and how your dharma touches people in that moment-to-moment way that I really admire.
Thanks. And a good example that sometimes it takes a little extra oomph, because I have definitely heard people say, dude, you got to change your voice phone message. Probably equal parts, that was hilarious, versus, whoa, good thing I don't call you often. Gerbot is grateful for the opportunity to experience the upcoming solar eclipse out on the playa. Whoa. With a small group of like-minded people. How sweet. Al is going camping and galaxy hunting this weekend if there's clear skies. Whoa. We got a theme of sky gazing. That's fantastic. And Razorblade is grateful to be flying home in 2 days from working away for the last 2 weeks. Yay, enjoy the trip home. Good morning, Etoile. Etoile says hello from San Francisco and found that aloha comes freely from my lips even here. It has become part of me even when traveling. Yay! Beautiful. What I appreciate about you, your way of communicating where you bring up topics or ideas in ways that always feel so inviting. Like, because I struggle with fear of being judged or told that's wrong and so if someone says you should do that, I'm out. And it's even it takes a lot for me to get to someone else's ideas, and you will say, like, I'm curious about, or you invite ideas into me that it just bypasses all my I know the best. No, so I'm really trying to learn from that.
Something that happens in these appreciations is I haven't even had awareness about that, and that it impacts you in a good way. It kind of speaks to what I was saying at the beginning, is just that the very natural way of being that you have is having a positive impact for me. And so that's what I hear in that as well. And to me, that's the best use of relationship, is to inspire each other up, just really naturally, just not by anything that we're asking of each other or kind of silently hoping the other does, or like pushing each other toward. I just don't feel that energy with us. I just feel like who you are is a good man, and it inspires me to want to be the best version of myself.
I was just thinking that I'm a little nervous. I'm having trouble thinking of like examples of things that you do, because I admire the way you live, and the way you spend your time, and the way you actively go in the directions of the things that you care about, and reach out to the people that are important to you, and it's just this kind of I witness the embodiment of your values, and I think that's what I aspire to, and that's what that's what I hope for everyone. And I get to witness it so clearly on a 24/7 from you, and it's beautiful.
I'm in favor. Even though I'm leaving today, I'm coming back.
You better come back. Was there something that inspired me to say something else? Oh well. We are Allie says, gotta say goodbye, but happy to have caught, and reminds me that there is hope, things to be grateful for. Yay, well, good to see you. Good morning to you, Pierre. And Al is grateful that we conquered the tech streaming issues. Yes, and thank you for everyone who was helping yesterday. I'm broadcasting right now using, there's 2 solutions we found, but this one is using the Restream app, which adds some expenses, but I think it will fix all the things we were working with yesterday. Good morning, Kiri, and good morning, Amy. Amy says, you guys are fucking fabulous, and it makes me very happy to see.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you, Amy.
Takes one to know one.
I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3. 6 versions of us in cameras because I'm testing multiple things. It is
It's quite the setup here.
It is distracting.
He was dedicatedly looking at this setup most of the day yesterday and just tweaking and occasionally swearing, but not getting too riled up, just like really intent on finding a solution. And you did. I was so impressed.
I still don't have the perfect solution, but what I was thinking about is that when I got it to places, I mean, I was ready to return this new camera. I put in my Amazon return ticket, got my number and my QR code to bring it back because I'm so frustrated after all the research I did. And so I had some definitely frustrating moments, and and each hour I put into it, I'm like, is this going to be? Should I just keep pushing? And but then when I got it to a place that it was working in the way that I wanted it to, I felt awesome, and it was such a good reminder that that's what makes humans happy.
Yeah, it's working through the thing.
Yes, and it's like I often, if I have the opportunity to have an easy time, I take it. And yet I'm robbing myself of the opportunity to have an achievement.
I've been able to practice that every once in a while lately in the middle of the challenge, which to me is a huge win. Like in the middle of the challenge, having the thought, oh, this is going to make it really good. Like really finding like, oh, I can get stoked that this challenge is happening right now because it's gonna create the possibility of something extra good.
I like that. Maybe I need a new T-shirt or a sticky note.
There you go.
Because my thought was like, if this never works, I'm gonna be pissed. I put all this time into it, And I think I got to shift that too. This is gonna be so great on the other side of this frustration. This is gonna be so good. This is gonna be so worth it. I'm gonna be so happy. Or maybe even just like, I think even just the reminder that you gotta struggle to get the sweetness at the end. But I like ease so much.
Sometimes ease is good.
Yes.
And then sometimes ease for me starts to feel, I don't know, just kind of a quality of, it's less interesting. Everything gets a little sleepier and less aliveness. And I don't know, I think it's about adjusting the radio dial back and forth. That I think a lot of us on the anxious spectrum get so tuned up to the next thing that we need a lot more ease to come into balance. But then for those on the maybe depressed or lethargic spectrum, like tuning it up for like more aliveness and a little less ease, I think is what we're looking for, the sweet spot.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I was noticing I have a friend who, mostly internet friends, we've met a few times in person, but he's a incredibly talented web person, and I just follow him online, and he got into carpentry and makes these like really beautiful high-end wood furniture, and just like kind of admiring, like he took on this hobby and he's super into it, just like his curiosity, just following. And he just posted a video of him doing yo-yo tricks, and I'm like, I so admire that. I just feel like what thing am I going to add to my talents? Like, what am I going to learn today that I suck at right now? And I'm going to learn these things because that is not the way my brain doesn't go. Ooh, what thing could I try that I'm going to suck at immediately? I'm like, So, but I'm trying to change that awareness through these ideas. Al says, with all these cameras, you two's got nothing on us. Yeah. Good morning, Amy and Rocio and Becky. Al says, I think adversity can be a tool of refinement, but it hurts sometimes. I always think of how forged steel is harder thanks to the heat. Well, we are about to finish up, and we'll have a hug and go off into our days with the knowledge that there's people like you and us and all of these people all around the world. And if you are wondering who all the people that we're talking to, we're live right now on Instagram and Facebook, and I almost said YouTube. Instagram, Facebook, and
Close.
YouTube. And I should note that I hope you're on my mailing list, because I sent out an email today, which was the story of why I was crying at the Hunter S. Thompson musical. But you can still read it if you sign up now. And you can get to the sign up on johnstyn.com, JOHNSTYN.com. Gerbot says, I got motivated to teach myself how to juggle and ride a unicycle. The lead in the Hunter S. Thompson musical juggled in the middle with grapefruit, which made me think, did he learn that for the part, or did they put it into the play because he could juggle?
I guess the second.
Me too. Good morning, Janet. Janet enjoyed a wonderful swim listening to Aphex Twin. YouTube. That, I think we've got $1 million idea. Good morning, Moosecock. Which, when I learned that Moosecock was not a man, made that play name so much better. Well, wherever you are, let's give the body you're in or the body you're with a hug and feel the embrace. Feel that we are not alone, that we're all doing the best we can with what we got. We're all more alike than we are different. So let's forgive ourselves and forgive others and just feel connected into the oneness as we take a deep breath in and hold it and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and you beautiful people, thanks for being here with us for this Love Morning.
Good morning, everybody.
See you tomorrow. Have a great day. And if anything happens today that makes you grateful, think about it and share it with us tomorrow. And any feedback on the tech here, since we're trying new things, feel free to say. Share. Bye, everyone.